So we'll remember that the first meditation ended in a place where Descartes had realized that he can't trust any of his beliefs. And this is a very uncomfortable feeling, although reality started to sort of slip back in, and he realized that, well, even if I can't trust any of my beliefs, I need to at least pretend like I can to live. But nonetheless, I'm left with this concern that it seems like I can't trust any of my beliefs. And at the beginning of the second meditation, he's going to give us his way out of this. And we're going to be left with a very famous phrase from the history of philosophy. But I will hold off until we get there. This is the second meditation. So serious are the doubts into which I've been thrown as a result of yesterday's meditation, that I can neither put them out of my mind nor see any way of resolving them. It feels as if I have fallen unexpectedly into a deep whirlpool, which tumbles me around so that I can neither stand on the bottom nor swim to the top. Nevertheless, I'll make an effort and once more attempt the same path which I started on yesterday. Anything which admits of the slightest doubt I will set aside, just as I had found it to be wholly false, and I'll proceed in this way until I recognize something certain, or, if nothing else, until I at least recognize for certain that there is no certainty. Archimedes used to demand just one firm and immovable point in order to shift the entire earth. So I too can hope for great things if I manage to find just one thing, however slight, that's certain and unshakable. Okay, so Descartes starts the second meditation by remembering where he was the previous day. He was lost because he realized he couldn't trust any of his beliefs, and now he knows what he's after. He's either going to set everything aside that he can't trust until he realizes that there's nothing that he can trust, or he's going to keep looking until he can find one thing, right? Archimedes used to demand just one firm and immovable point in order to shift the entire earth. So I too can hope for great things if I manage to find just one thing, however slight, that is certain and unshakable. So Descartes' looking for that one thing that he can use to build all the rest of his knowledge on. I'll suppose then that everything I see is spurious. I can't trust anything I see. I'll believe that my memory tells me lies and that none of the things that it reports ever happened. I will believe I can't trust my memory. I have no senses. Body, shape, extension, movement, and place are chimeras. A chimera is like a made-up thing, right? So what remains true? Perhaps just the one fact that nothing is certain. So perhaps all I can trust is that I can't trust anything. Yet, apart from everything I've just listed, how do I know that there's not something else which does not allow even the slightest occasion for doubt? Is there not a God, or whatever I may call him, who puts into me the thoughts I'm now having? But why do I think this, since I myself may perhaps be the author of these thoughts? In that case, am I not at least something? But I've just said that I have no sense and no body. This is a sticking point. What follows from it? So Descartes' thinking, what could there be? It seems like there's, even though I don't have a body, it seems like these thoughts are existing somewhere. Am I not so bound up with the body and with senses that I cannot exist without them? But I've convinced myself that there is absolutely nothing in the world. No sky, no earth, no minds, no bodies. Does it now follow that I, too, don't exist? No. If I convinced myself of something, then I certainly existed. But there is a deceiver of supreme power and cunning who's deliberately and constantly deceiving me. In that case, I too undoubtedly exist. If he's deceiving me, and let him deceive me as much as he can, he will never bring it about that I am nothing so long as I think I'm something. So after considering everything very thoroughly, I must finally conclude that this proposition, I exist, is necessarily true whenever it's put forward by me or conceived by my mind. All right. So Descartes arrived at the thing that he thinks he knows exists certainly, right? And we'll review his reasoning quickly. What does he realize? He realizes that, hey, even if I can't trust that my hands are real, that the sky really exists, that the pad is in my hand, that I'm wearing the jacket, even if I can't trust these things, it seems like there is something, right? There's the thing that's being deceived, right? There is me, right? I exist is necessarily true whenever it's put forward by me or conceived in my mind. So the phrase that's normally used for this is, it's called the cogito. Cogito ergo sum. I think, therefore I am. So the idea here is that what Descartes can absolutely trust is that he is a thinking thing, right? Because if something is being deceived, then that thing must necessarily exist, right? It's him that's being deceived, and so he must absolutely exist. So again, I think, therefore I am. I exist. So what do you think of this idea? Do you think that the fact that we're a thinking thing, that we're a thing that's being deceived, even if we can't trust anything else, is something that we can absolutely trust and use to build the rest of our knowledge on?